give us your background, where you're from, and then give us like your professional background, how you got into NACA, and we'll go from there.
Yes, definitely from the Philadelphia area. Um, and right now reside in New Jersey. Been over in Jersey for about 15 years now, and definitely in regards to my career in real estate, that started in around like 2005 when I bought my first house. So actually, I've been in real estate since then, and for the most part, I started building up a portfolio of investment properties, started flipping, and ultimately I'm working with families now. So, for when it comes to real estate, I'm just extremely comfortable from having so much experience with it.
What part of Philly are you from?
South Philadelphia. I lived in
Okay.
South Philly and also out in Ben Sam when I wasn't in Philly.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Um, what got you into real estate initially? Like, what attracted you to, getting into real estate?
The check of the agent when I bought my house. I didn't have any experience in real estate in 2005 when I bought my house in Jersey. I saw that check after closing and I said, I can do that, or I want that check. So, ever since then, I got licensed and wanted to be a house flipper. Watching those house flipping shows, I wasn't working with families then. So, started out as a house flipper, then worked on building up my portfolio. Now I'm focusing on just being a broker and helping families get into houses.
How much was the check?
Oh, the check. Oh,
Do you remember?
Well, it was a $300,000 house. So I mean, it's
9,000 or
it's,
something.
it's,
Yeah.
it's enough. Look, I was like, yeah.
Okay. Why NACA?
Why NACA? Because NACA is helping the underdog, and NACA is just promoting home ownership, making dreams come alive to those that you wouldn't have thought could be homeowners. And NACA is just teaching people good habits about budgets and working toward home ownership. And especially if you're credit challenged, NACA doesn't require a certain credit score.
Actually, let's start like, can you define NACA and what it is and who's it's for and all that kind of stuff?
NACA's been around since 1988, and Bruce Marks is the CEO, and he's worked to work with other lenders to get great requirements to purchase a home. Right now, he's working with Bank of America, and Bank of America meets the guidelines of the NACA program. And so what happens is all the great benefits of NACA, the no money down and everything like that, is what a lender like Bank of America agrees to. So, I mean, this program is going to help people that typically may not have the savings, the challenge, because of the amount of assets that you normally would need to purchase a home. You won't need that with NACA.
Okay.
Is there an income requirement with NACA? Like, do you have to make a certain amount, or do you have to be under a certain amount?
That's a good question. A lot of people think they make too much for NACA, or there's no income requirement. There's different interest rates that you get based off of income and area where you purchase, but no, you can't make too much money for the NACA program.
The interest rate is affected by the area that you buy?
Potentially by the buyer and what that buyer's income is, because the whole goal is to promote home ownership in areas that need revitalization. So a person that may be one of NACA's statuses is called non-priority. It's priority and non-priority. A non-priority person would make typically more than the median income, so they may be purchasing in an area that may not need revitalization, whereas if that were the case, they would get the higher interest rate, which is more the market rate around 7% as of today. And then 6% would go for somebody that makes less than the median income. They get that bonus for buying in an area that, would ultimately need revitalization.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that about that. Okay. Um, who's NACA for?
Everybody. I've had people with six-figure salaries, six-figure bank accounts use the NACA program because they're smart and know how to save money. And so it's for anyone. You want a fixed income? You can get a loan with NACA.
How does NACA benefit the six-figure earner?
Well, that six-figure earner if they bought in an area that needs revitalization, the areas that NACA wants to help stabilize the communities, well, great. You're going to get a 6% interest rate, especially.
So you can get a lower interest rate, no down payment still?
Oh, yeah. Whether you got 6-figure bank account and 6-figure salary, you still no money down, no PMI, no closing costs. You get every benefit.
Are there any downsides?
I wouldn't. I mean, sometimes when you're competing against someone that may close a little bit sooner, 30 days, there's 2 underwriting processes with NACA. So it may take a little bit longer, but, they've been pushing to have that 40-day average or so closer to the 30.
Yeah, because was always my skepticism, especially in this market, is like a lot of sellers are not familiar with NACA, and therefore they're even like a VA loan is hard to get accepted these days, because they'd rather take a conventional or they'd rather obviously cash. But what do you do in those situations where, what have been some of your strategies to mitigate that problem?
Well, basically when we're working with, other agents trying to get them to take a chance on the NACA program, we're trying to explain that competing against other offers, there's some benefits with the NACA program. When you look at somebody wants to buy a distressed property, if you're buying a distressed property, NACA gives you the money to fix it up. So a lot of people that are having trouble selling a house that needs a new septic tank and it's just sitting there, most people are trying to get the property for less, and I don't know how they're going to work it out their own pocket, get, a septic tank or whatever it takes to fix up the property. With NACA, you can make it work. You can try and add it to your loan. So that's one of the things that you should leverage when, speaking to a listing agent, to take your offer, because, and then also I'm going to tell you one thing. I've had some people, multiple offer environment, where they hear the mission of NACA and they just it feels good to accept that offer. You got these investors, cash, and other type of loan programs, but they're like, you know what? I like their mission, and I won one especially because of that. We want to work with your client.